Knew it was here. Sir, weather's disrupting the signal, but we'll be able to teleport him onto the rig's main deck.
Dr. Hayden, ready to launch the package, sir.
Whenever you're ready. We cannot regain control of Urdak without the Seraphim's help. You broke the seal when you awakened the icon of sin in their world. The balance between their two dimensions has been broken with the demons now in control of Urdak.
Portal ready in 3, 2...
Bagels.
Adam, that was cool.
Start.
No, it started. No, it started. I'm recording.
You're recording.
So you're gonna start it. Do the intro.
No, you start it. It's your podcast, not mine.
Okay. So, what's up? We're gonna do a podcast on Doom. The Doom Eternal, because it's one of our favorite games and we play it a lot. And me and Adam's one of my best friends, we're going to talk about our opinions on the first DLC and the second DLC. But
you randomly picked me off the street.
Adam, I'm going to be honest, you're the only one other person who still plays Doom, other than me.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you were the only choice. Plus, it's fun. This will be fun.
Yeah, I'm totally not some person that you picked off the side of the street to do this with.
Unless you're an 80-year-old man secretly.
I could be. You never know.
So, what we're gonna do? How about you tell him, Adam?
We're gonna talk about DLC 1 in Doom.
How? What are we gonna have?
We're gonna go through one level, one at a time, and we're gonna talk about design, music, stuff like that, etc.
Okay. And at the end, we'll do a little summary and a score. It's gonna be mostly unscripted though, because it's more fun. But we do have talking points and stuff. So before we get started. I did want to ask you, how was the lead up to this DLC? What was your reaction to the trailer when it came out?
When it first came out, I was really surprised because I checked Twitter at the time, and when I checked it, I was like, oh, trailer came out. I played it. And let me just say, it blew my socks off. After that, I had no socks.
My favorite part
socks
was when the
two
Marauders were...
Oh, yeah.
Alright. It had to happen eventually.
Yeah.
So, what are some things you want to say before we get started?
All I really want to say is that, I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest.
I have an idea. How about you explain to the audience why you like the DLC 1 compared to the normal campaign?
Why I liked it better than the campaign?
Yeah. That's what you told me, isn't it?
Yeah, I did tell you that. I just think, in this DLC, you don't have it gets straight to the point, which I like. But with the regular campaign, it wasn't really like that, which wasn't a big deal because the first level was He was teaching you how to play and stuff like that, which is completely fine, but I don't know. This DLC got straight to the point. You didn't have to read a codex to figure out everything and stuff like that, the story, etc.
Well, let me get one thing out of the way before we start. We're gonna be talking about our opinions based on the game's state before the second DLC came out, before all the changes were made. So yeah, keep that in mind. We will be talking about the next DLC soon, though, and all the changes.
Yeah.
Which, jokes aside, weren't all that good. Some of them were, but most of them weren't.
Yeah.
It's actually appalling to see Pearson and stuff like that. I don't even want to. Let's just pretend like that didn't happen.
Okay, yeah.
So, you want to get started?
Yeah. What should we get started on?
Okay. So,
What should we talk about first?
we're gonna follow the same structure. For each level, we're gonna talk about its design. It's first, the pros and cons. We're gonna be like, oh, what's good, what's bad. We're gonna talk about the music and story. And then we're gonna talk about demons. We're gonna be like which demon is introduced and how they're used throughout the level. All the other demons. So, we're gonna start with design. What I like about the first level, okay, UAC Atlantica, it's a great start. It's a really great start. It gets things. It lets you know right off the bat that this DLC is gonna be freaking hard. Immediately as soon as you get in, the main keys, But we're not talking about demon placement right now. We're gonna be talking about design. The thing that really pulls me in is I like the attention to detail in the rain effects and the fact that this level is freaking long, Compared to the normal campaign level, it's twice as long. I also really like the scenery. Kind of like how cool Urdak is, Like seeing all the burnt up ships at the end, I thought that was pretty cool. What do you think of the scenery?
Well, first off, I just want to say this. It's kind of off topic, but I've always liked Doom's design and how the scenery and all that crap. I've always liked that, and with each design, it's like a story. Like the environment is like storytelling, almost. It's just and it's they did that with this level, and it's just I thought the design of it was really good. Like just looking out. And just seeing you're in the middle of the ocean, and you just see ships just out there. I just think that's pretty cool itself.
It's not just boxes, not just big boxes. It's actually moving parts. You know how in the older Doom games, it's just the background was just an image. Compared to now, the background is the whole world. It's not just a picture. Which is really cool.
Yeah.
But what do you think about it specifically?
I think they really did with this. I think they did an amazing job with the design. I don't know. It's really hard to to go into detail of how good of a job they did because it kind of makes me speechless. Yeah. Because the design
it's a DLC. Compared to the campaign, it's a DLC. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just as good.
Yeah.
What do you think about the arenas?
Oh, I think the arenas are pretty good. They're most of them are mostly square shaped, and they're perfect for the player. You get to roam around freely and stuff. I think they're just most of the arenas are pretty good for the Slayer.
Yeah. Each level has distinct arenas,
Mhm.
And this level's arenas are really they're it's kind of a mix between the other two levels. We'll get into it later, but You'll see what I mean once we talk about it. But the arenas in the first level are great. Especially the first big one. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
We're not going to talk about the turret for a while, but they use that pretty well.
Yeah.
So, let's get to the bad stuff.
Okay.
So, you start. What do you don't like about the design?
Well, I just want to say this. It's really, like, there's not really much to say what's wrong with the design, because they do really well on that, but, you know that but I will say there was one section where the Slayer dives underwater.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of, I don't know, it seems kind of funky.
Yeah, the
almost.
water sections were always kind of funky in
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't. Okay, this is personal, but I didn't really like the crate runs because they took really, really long. You know, the ones where you push the button and go.
That makes I understand what you're saying.
I'd be fine with it.
It just took way too long. Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, it has great design. You know, it has really good design.
There's not much bad to talk about it. Yeah.
But okay, here's the section where we get to talk about a couple of extra things before we go to the next one. So,
Okay.
you know what'd be really cool, Adam?
What?
In the level, there was a bagel Easter egg.
Oh my freaking god, dude! I'm telling you right now, if there was a bagel Easter egg, I'm telling you, I would play that level and that level only.
Yes, you would do nothing but stare at the bagel.
That's it. I would never kill a demon ever again. I'd just stare into the bagel.
So, what else do you want to add?
I mean, I just want to, all I can really add is my first time experience playing the level, throughout. I had a really fun time, and before before there was nothing really out. It was just battle mode and the regular campaign, and I played the regular campaign over and over again, and I just got it's not the same playing it over and over again as when you first play it. It's super fun, but when you play it so many times, it just kind of gets boring. And so when the DLC came out, it was refreshing, something new.
Yeah, of course. I remember playing this opening day and just being oh my gosh, just more Doom. I love Doom so much. But
Yeah.
It's great. Hold on a second.
Jesus.
Sorry, I'm kind of I've been kind of under the weather with sinuses because of the pollen.
It's fine.
That's besides the point.
Kind of the same with me, but yeah.
So, this is probably your favorite part. What did you think about the story?
I think I'd just the story itself.
Yeah, just in the first level.
I think the story is great. When you first get into there, straight away, the story it gets to the point, and I like that. And sometimes, you don't want to wait. You don't want to wait too long. You just want to get straight to the point. And that's what I like. It gets straight to the point.
What do you mean by that?
And then
it instantly gives you your objective compared to Earth, which was kill hell priests.
I didn't mind it, but sometimes you just want to get straight to the point. Sometimes you just don't want to wait around. You just want to get straight into the point.
Yeah. Of course.
And I really do like how throughout the level, the story is that your first objective is to go get the key to the Seraphim.
Yeah, Seraphim.
That's what it's called. Yeah, and And I thought that was pretty cool. And then especially like at the end, you transfer Samuel Hayden over to the Seraphim, and I think that's just cool itself.
Yeah, we already knew Samuel Hayden was the Seraphim.
Because now he actually has like a body. What other like in like the regular campaign, he was just like the assistant. Like
I hated Samuel Hayden's role in the campaign. It was just another Vega.
Yeah.
But that was my only complaint with him. He was pretty cool. Okay, little bit of backstory. I wanted to say this. You know how Samuel Hayden constantly says, the icon of sin, the stronger he will become, the longer he is on Earth. You know how he constantly says that in Urdak? That's actually a glitch. It's actually a bug that they left in. They had multiple different voice lines voiced, but they weren't sure which ones to use, so they like played it throughout the level, but they accidentally left it in there. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like Hugo Martin was talking about it in one of his live streams.
Yep.
But, you know, again, I just like the fact that Samuel Hayden isn't just Vega again. That's what I'm happy about. Which he was like that throughout the level. But
yeah.
And don't worry, we'll talk about the intern later. We don't need to right now. That's coming later. Alright, so we need to talk about the elephant in the room.
Okay.
The music. Worried. I personally was like extremely worried that the music wouldn't be good.
Like when the DLC was first like teased, I was like excited because it was like new content, but then I was like also scared because knowing that Mick Gordon was like left, I was like, okay, I don't think anyone's gonna do it as good as him or even better. There's like no way.
Yeah, going into it, I came to the conclusion that this music's not going to be Mick. It's just not going to be as good.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to say that they did a really good job.
Definitely.
David Levy, they did great. Let's talk about it in a second. What did you think about the music?
As a person that listens to a lot of music, I thought it was really good. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, man, it's better than Mick Gordon's. It's obviously not, but it's still. I was really worried. But then, like when I played it and heard it, I was in such a relief that it didn't sound bad.
Yeah. I like the story because it's despite in the first level it's very dark. It's very dreary. Okay. Yeah. And the music really helps that because it's all like, like even the ambiance is like that.
Yep.
And I really like when music adds that feeling. But any good thing does have problems. Okay. So, what did you not like about the music?
I mean, I really did I liked it, but the problem with this is that when you're playing, I've noticed like significantly, like if you play like the regular campaign and then you play the DLC, you'll notice significantly, you'll notice that the music seems a bit too quiet.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you play the regular campaign, it's like
it's fine.
Freaking loud as crap, which I like.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I have the same issue. Like, I'm not sure if that's like a mixing thing or if they just purposely made it quiet. But it's kind of quiet. It's not as loud as Mick Gordon. It doesn't give you that adrenaline rush, you know. And I also have another issue. It's hard. It's not as easy to listen to on its own. Like, it's good in the game, but on its own, like if you're listening to it separately, it's a little harder to listen to.
Yeah, I agree.
In this level, at least, it's like that.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah. Okay. We're about to get to the nitty gritty. Okay. So Adam, you ready?
Yep.
So, bagels.
What about them?
Okay. So you gotta explain to the audience. You gotta explain to them how much you love them, and what you do with them.
Okay.
A little segue.
So, I am known as the Bagel Boy, and you're probably wondering to yourself, what the frick is that? What the frick is that? Well, let me sit here and tell you. A Bagel Boy is someone that has a hat, and on that hat it just has a bagel on it.
Okay.
Right? And so what I do is I serve bagels to everyone, and you're probably like, oh, I don't want to spend money. Well, they're completely free, and you have no choice. You have to eat it, or you'll die.
But where do they come from?
Where do they come from? They come from... really hard to explain, so I could easily just snap my fingers and summon, like, a huge box of bagels.
Oh, I thought they just came out of your butt. That's what you told me.
Why did not tell you that, but...
That would explain the chocolate ones. Alright. Okay.
No, I thought they would come out of your butt. That would explain the chocolate one.
It would, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah. That'd be poopy.
And that's why it's chunky chocolate. It tastes like crap, literally.
Alright, just stop. Chunky chocolate.
Okay. Alright. So, here's where we start to get weird. Okay? We were all monotone at first, but now we're talking about demons. Okay? Adam, tell the audience. Tell them why this is where everything goes AWOL.
Kind of goes AWOL.
And don't lie to them.
Because it kind of goes. Are we talking about the new? Do we want to talk about the new demon?
Not yet. Just tell them why this is the part where you go crazy and start talking about weird stuff.
Talk about you know what? I'll just talk about it. I don't know. Each like arena fight is like it's so long and so consistent, and I really like that. And so shut up. And,
okay.
And I don't know. It's just long and consistent action. It's just continuous, and everyone enjoys slicing demons' head off. I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah. Okay. Now, tell us what you told me yesterday.
What did I tell you yesterday? Sorry, I have bad memory.
About the tyrant and the dream you had.
No, alright, I'm not. Why? This is.
You have to.
I'm not. Why do I have to?
You have to, Adam.
I had a dream about the tyrant, and the dream was about.
What? Say it. What, Adam?
I don't know.
You can say it, just not like say it vaguely.
We were making bagels. Mm-hmm.
No. What were you doing, Adam? With the tyrant? What were you doing?
I was shoving bagels down his throat.
No, something else. Something else, Adam.
we're both making bagels. Yeah, right.
I swear to God. You're just not gonna say it, are you?
Nope, I'm not.
Alright, fine. I'll say it.
That's all.
So, Adam had a dream yesterday, okay?
False.
That he said it was a fantasy dream.
No.
That the tyrant grew really big and ate him, and he started beating inside the tyrant.
Yeah, beating. Like, I was beating him up because he ate me. Yeah.
No! Alright, fine. You know what? Let's just talk about the demons now. Alright, fine.
Alright.
Talk about the demon placement.
Yeah, I'll, you know what? I usually start it off. How about you start it off?
Fine. Okay. Alright. The demon placements. I really like, in this level, okay, I really like the amount of surprise encounters. You know?
Yeah.
You know how, like, the Mancubus at the beginning is like, he comes through the portal? And then there's a couple of places where the Marauder shows up, which, you know, which will make journalists angry, because everyone who's a journalist hates the Marauder. And, of course, we can't forget that section where the pain element teleports through a portal into your butt. That was the greatest section. Okay. You remember that? Alright. So
yeah, I remember that.
That's what I like about it. It's very surprising. Wasn't that surprising? You know, feeling a pain element. You know?
God.
So that's what I like about it. And what do you like about it?
I don't know. I really like all of the arena fights. Like, I have no complaint about them. They're long. They're consistent.
Okay.
It's just continuous action, and I really like that.
Okay. Which arenas?
Okay, I would say the final arena you do before you get done with the level.
Why?
I would say because it's just a really long arena. It's just consistent. Like I said, all of them are pretty consistent, and that's why I like them all. And the arena is pretty difficult. It depends on what difficulty you're doing.
Okay.
I also like the one. I would say, yeah, it's an arena. After that first arena, when you get to the arena where the turret is introduced.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's take that to a moment to segue into the turret. Now, personally, I don't like the turret.
I don't either.
I like what he adds, and when he's used. Okay, let's just talk about the good stuff first. Okay, you can start.
I mean, it's really hard to talk good about him, but I do like in that introduction where he's first introduced in that arena. I do say they used him pretty well. I will say that.
But that's the only place he was used well.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's a really cool idea. It's a really cool idea. But he's used like 8 times in the campaign, disregarding that arena.
And he was only used well one time in one arena fight.
In one arena. And that's not good. I will give it credit. It was a cool idea, and it was used well at first. But other than that, it's not really a good demon. Also, no glory kills, no good in my book. I want glory kills. I get that it's ambient, but still.
Glory kills are just amazing in general, and everyone loves them. But when you can't, when there's one demon you can't glory kill, I don't know, man. It just kind of ruins the demon.
Alright. Now, Adam. rate it on how wet it makes you.
A 0.
Why?
What could you possibly do with it? Answer me that.
You could. I told you this yesterday. Okay, you could remove the eyeball, and you could, do some things with the tower. Yeah.
Yeah, but it technically is not its body. You're just it's like a little pillar.
So it's like a play toy. Okay.
Yeah,
that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. So here's the section where we give our ending thoughts on the level. So, what do you think your final score on the level?
I give it an 8. Yeah, an 8.5.
I give it the same score. I will say this. It's great. It's probably like the best kind of introduction they could have done. But the thing is, first levels aren't usually the best levels. And
yeah, I agree.
When we do another recording session, that is when we're going to talk about at least my personal favorite level in the entire game, campaign included. I shouldn't have to tell you what it is. You probably know.
Yeah, I know.
But so let's have our ending summary. So, Adam, I know you're disappointed that there's no bagels, okay, and I'm not in it.
Very, very disappointed.
But what sets this level apart from the rest of the levels? Oops.
From the regular campaign, well, first off, I don't know. It's just the design. The design is just really. It's really well. Like, you don't get much of like. I'll say this much: you don't get like it's Atlantic and you're in the middle of the ocean. No level was like that in the entire campaign, and it's just an entire. It's an entire new idea. That's one. All right. It's a really good level. Like, I had a really fun time doing the first level because the arenas were so long and consistent. The level was pretty long itself, and even though overall I didn't really enjoy the new demon, the turret, I didn't really like him though. Yeah, but it doesn't bring it down a whole bunch, but it kind of upsetted me because I was expecting more.
Yeah.
Like I think if they didn't put the turret there and just added a whole different demon, I think it would have been better, but I don't know.
Also, I know this is a time constraint thing and they were focusing on level design and new demons and stuff like that. But I really wish that, and I know that they do this in the next DLC, but we're not getting into that. I wish that they would add another kind of weapon, something else to do. Use, I think.
Yeah, like
we're not going to talk about the support runes though right now. That's not. Yeah. That's different. I mean, like just another thing to add to your arsenal, like a thing that could be added to the flame bilge or something.
Yeah, I agree.
Like how you would swap it out with the grenade and the ice bomb. It'd be the same with the flame belch.
That would have been cool. I would like.
I don't know what it would be though. Like, what if it was like a fire extinguisher or something? And when you spray demons that were like on fire, like the barons and the imps, or that use fire, or the archvile, or the cockademon. If you used it on them, you would do more damage to them or something. You couldn't attack. They can only melee.
Yeah, a new weapon would have been.
I don't know. I don't know, really. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I understand, but
I'm not that smart.
You are, but
prove it.
I think, but nonetheless, I think this first level was a great introduction to the DLC and what it had to bring.
Yeah. So that was the first level. Okay, we don't want to record the entire podcast in one day. That would be exhausting. I'm already really tired from workouts. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think we got a good recording session in. But to close off, let's ask a few more questions I wanted to ask you. Okay?
All right.
So, first of all, how'd you like the ending to the level?
I really like the ending, you know, because, like, your goal was to, like, go look for or get the Seraphim, but it didn't really tell you that you were transferring Hayden, or Samuel Hayden, into the Seraphim, which it was a cool little twist, and I like that.
Okay. What? So here's a problem that I had with the Seraphim. I didn't like, you know that like gargle in his voice where he sounds like all the time.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Is that something that like you like? I wish it wasn't there.
I mean, I don't. It's like, it's in between for me. It's like I don't like it, but I don't hate it.
Because in the normal campaign, in the Divinity Machine cutscene, he didn't have that. He sounded normal.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Okay. So I also wanted to talk about the intro. The intro of the level.
Mhm.
Well, how was the intro? Because they
really
nailed the intro of the campaign. Like, how did they do it with the DLC?
I think they did it, if not like as good as like when they introduced like the introduction into the normal campaign. I think they did pretty well on that. Like, it's pretty exciting. Like, first thing you see, the Slayer sharpening his blade, and then
Oh, it's cool.
you're in this like UAC, like, I don't know what you would call it, carrier, I guess.
Yeah, it's a
And
ship.
yeah.
It's a boat.
And then it's the same thing. They activate the portal and he goes through, which
And he
I
cocks
think.
a shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
I also really like the music
Oh yeah.
that plays. Like, I think that was really well done. This entire level, by the way, was composed by David Levy. By the way, did you know that?
No, I didn't know.
This
that.
level was composed by David Levy, and he did pretty well. You know, there's more to come though. There's a lot more good stuff to come.
Yep, definitely.
Last thing I want to touch on is a few of the controversies that were in the normal campaign. You know how everyone hated platforming?
Mhm.
How was the platforming well done in this level?
I mean, I felt like in regular campaign, like a few levels did it better than that, but I still think the platforming was pretty decent.
Yeah.
Like I like
Crate
the crate rides. I like how that's a new idea. I just think it just takes too long. That's the problem. But other than that, it's pretty decent. I mean, I like platforming, so I'm gonna like it regardless.
Yeah. See, here's the thing that I have with platforming.
Mm-hmm.
Doom Eternal's a mobile game. You're gonna move around a lot. Platforming is a great way to get you to sharpen that tool, to sharpen the ability to use the dash better, and to swing on poles and climb on walls. Which climbing on walls isn't really integrated into combat that much, but it's. See, if they didn't have platforming, here's my hot take. If they didn't have platforming, the levels wouldn't be as long.
Definitely.
It's just a way of getting from point A to point B.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have levels like Urdak without those big sprawling jump portal things, the big circles.
Yeah.
Although I didn't like that, I understood why it was there. It was a way of getting to place with it easy. But
Yeah.
yeah. Another thing. The two Marauder fight and the Marauder ambushes. Everyone hated the Marauder. I want you to tell me what you thought. First of all, tell me Tell me how you think the Marauder. Do you think is a good enemy to fight?
I think he's a good enemy.
Everyone hates him.
Well, here's the thing. I think people over exaggerate. And people are like, "Oh, he's too hard," but he really isn't.
Like,
he's not.
He's got a complicated AI, and if you do something wrong, he'll punish you. But
like, don't get me wrong. Like at some points, like if it's just by him, like if he's just by himself, like he's nothing. But like if he's like in a group with like a bunch of demons, like 2 tyrants, 3 mancubuses, and then there's him. He's pretty good. But I don't know. I think people over exaggerate too much and say, "Oh, he's too hard." No, he's actually pretty easy.
Yeah, of course.
I will say though, his AI is pretty good, like really good. But I don't know. It just doesn't seem that hard to me.
All the AI in this game is really good. The turret's AI is really good. But because think about it. I don't know if you've noticed this. If you stare at the turret too long and try to cheese him, he's going to instantly pop out and shoot. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did know that.
Which, and the Marauder has really complicated AI. If you shoot his shield, he's not always gonna summon his dog, but he will. If you do summon, like don't test him. Don't try to cheese him, but you have to respect him. And a lot of game journalists and reviewers didn't understand him because they didn't really understand the Doom Dance. I don't want to get into that, but if we make a podcast about the whole campaign, we can talk about that. But right now, let's just stick to the campaign. Last thing is the 2 Marauder fight. How'd you like that?
I thought it was a challenge. Like usually, like in the regular campaign, there was like no 2 Marauders. It was just Marauder by himself and other Marauders. It was like 1 Marauder and then like a couple of demons. But with this, it was like 2 Marauders, and that makes it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah. I liked it a lot because I never expected them to do that. I thought they would cave in a little bit to journalists, but then they were like, "No, frick you! We're gonna put 2 Marauders right like that." And that just shows how awesome of a company id Software is. Whether or not the second DLC is like that or not is up for debate. That's for another day.
I agree.
But yeah, that's the first level, and we're gonna talk about the second level after this ad break. Okay? Alright.
Okay.
Alright, in 3, 2. So, make sure there's no, like, background disturbance, okay?
There isn't.
Alright, 3, 2. Are you sure there's not gonna be, like, a naked lemur hopping through the window?
Fuck off!
Adam, I'm starting to doubt that you want to do this. Are you sure? You want to do the podcast?
I want to do this. Fuck off.
Alright. In 3, 2. What if there's like a naked grandma that hops through the window? In 3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? By the way, I didn't even press record yet. Except I did, and this is going in the blooper reel. You got pranked! Ah, you got pranked!
Like, whose Candace was like, get this dick. Whose job? It's where a girl is like, oh, I want a penis, and then she looks down between her legs, and then she has like a crisis of not having a penis.
Yeah, I got you saying that.
You think you're so funny. You think you're so funny.
I am funny.
You think you're so funny. You're not gonna be laughing when I record you at night breathing. So I'm gonna tell you the past. All right, Phil is the almighty ruler of ducks. All right, you know he has an army of ducks, but then he has an enemy. All right, and this was you could probably guess what it was. It was a bunch of geese. All right, and so Phil didn't like he doesn't like gooses. Ow, he hates them. He hates them with all his might. He hates them. Like he can't look at them. All right. So.
Oh, what do you think? You prepared for that?
Yes. Just fucking record, you fucking dunce.
Alright, in 3, 2. Hold on, I gotta think a second about how to start. In 3, 2. Should I get a blanket in case I get cold?
I'm about to leave.
No. I needed more footage for the blooper reel. Okay.
He goes up. He sends one of his guards to send a message to the geese. All right.
Wait, so he has
send
an
a
army
message.
now?
No, remember how I said that that Phil has an army and the geese have an army?
Okay, yeah.
They both have armies.
That's right.
So Phil sends one of his guards to send the message to the king of all gooses, alright? And the message was blah blah blah. We're gonna start a war because you're a freaking dumb nut. And so they go into battle, alright? But what the Goose King didn't know is that Phil has a slave.
What? A slave?
And he sends this slave to battle. You want to know what this slave was?
What?
It was the Prowler. But this Prowler is different.
What?
This Prowler
Why?
has so many penises coming out of his body. So many penises. Just so many. Alright, he's covered in penises. Alright? He sends this and this Prowler kills all of his army. And the King Goose is just in shock. So then he whips out his penis.
What? Okay.
And he smacks the freaking Prowler with his penis. The Prowler goes flying to the moon, by the way. He's gone. He's dead.
So the King Goose just has a homunculi penis.
But Phil turns that penis into a mac and cheese. And the goose just is like, no! my penis. And so then he surrenders, and he says he would serve Phil from that here on out. And that's the end of the story.
I caught that on tape too.
Got it.
This is gonna be in the blooper reel, Adam.
Little baby. So
Actually,
what he's gonna do is
be able to use this.
down. What the? I'm sorry. Didn't mean to.
Alright.
What you know about rolling down in the deep when your brain goes numb and you're gonna? What you know about the Haggard?
What you know?
About rolling down in the deep when your brain goes numb and you call it mental.
Why? Okay, elaborate. Okay. And what are you gonna do tomorrow? Let's go into the blooper reel. Now make the noise that will end this recording. No, it has to be louder. No, as loud as possible. Even that's not loud, Adam.